Okay, it's Sunday morning, 8 o'clock. We're just now leaving Low Gap shelter and starting a very long day. I learned last night that I was mistaken. Apparently the map we have is old or something, and today is not going to be 11.8. It was supposed to be 12.4, which you're thinking, 0.6 extra miles, no big deal. But then I learned that the place that we were going doesn't have a campsite, so we have to push forward another like 1/8 of a mile to a place called the Cheese Factory to camp there. And that's going to put us over 13 miles. So wasn't anticipating doing a 13-miler today. But if we don't do that and we find a place to camp either at Indian, Graves Gap, or before it, that just means Monday we have to do 14 plus, which I don't know. I think we both kind of agreed that it'd be better for us to try to do the 13 today and then 13 tomorrow to get out. But yeah, it's a monster. Here's a little, looks like a man-made little dam to prevent erosion that we're now walking over. Looks like it's starting to give there. Ooh, go around to the right, honey. I said go around to the right. She's a trailblazer, she don't care. Well, I just didn't want to have to duck under it. Huh? There's an interesting rock face just after camp. Kind of goes all along here. We're on a serious cliffside. One false step, we tumble down the mountain. Especially right here. That is a long ass way down. I know it looks like I'm looking forward, but that is looking forward. That is very much down. Very much down. Things never really convey that well on video. More rock. We don't see a lot of this, surprisingly. Okay, we've come across our first little waterfall. I see it best from here. Put my sticks down. You can kind of see Sariah walking up to it. There it is. There's Sariah. Is it going over the trail? All the way down to there. Pretty cool. Here we are above it. Coming down that rock right there. I think this is probably a permanent waterfall. Not just a anytime it gets wet kind of deal. If only we had to fill bottles, this would be a nice place to do it. But we don't. Okay, here we are in one of the many green tunnels areas of the AT. Making a descent, so I'm gonna let Sariah pass me. She goes faster downhill than I do. So we have a pact now. And when we go uphill, I'll go in front of her, since I go faster uphill. When we go downhill, she can go faster than me, so she goes first downhill. But I want to get a shot of this because it's really cool. It's one of the niceties of the AT. We are almost 2 hours into our hike today. Feeling pretty good. We're hoping we got in some good miles. We'll find out once we take our first break at 10 o'clock. And see, I'm hoping we'll have done at least 4 miles. I'm hoping. Because that'll help take the edge off later. Aha. So we're going that way, and yeah, we're not going up that way, we're going that way. Slum of Shard, what? Slum of Shard something. It's on the back end. Maybe it's the people who made it. But yep, on we go. Doing the climb past Chattahoochee Gap. I'm not entirely sure where we're at. I thought there was another gap, but we may have passed that before Chattahoochee. I think Chattahoochee was first, though. We will see. We haven't had any extreme climbs yet, but whew, our system's working out at least. I'm in the lead for the climbs. She's in the lead for the descents. That's why you don't see her. There's a good spot to get water. Well, it would appear that our path has turned to broken up rock. Ooh. Yikes. Ooh. Oh. As we climb, I have no idea where we're at, but I believe it's been an hour since our break, so we got to be getting close to Blue Mountain, I would imagine. I just expected there to be more of a climb to Blue Mountain, but that climb may just be upon us. It would appear to be. Still making our way around. Kind of on some rocks. Walking a ridge. I'm probably going to take back over here in a bit because it looks like we're going to be climbing. Oh. But yeah, the path is a bit treacherous now due to the rocks. Nothing we can't handle, though. Nothing at all. But I wanted to get more footage of this because I didn't get a lot of shots of the trail yesterday because, quite frankly, a lot of it was just overgrowth and nastiness. And today just looks so much more beautiful. And I kind of feel like the last time we came to the AT, I didn't shoot very much of the actual paths and walking. I just got, you know, a few things here and there. So I'm shooting this. What I'm not going to shoot any of are the extreme climbs. Because, oh boy, I need every ounce of my power to make it up those hills. They're brutal. But this has been really beautiful so far. I mean, we're kind of in a bunch of trees, so you don't get a lot of good view, but I mean, this is the view. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, just because you don't see mountains all the time doesn't make it not a good trail. Whoa. That was right in my face. Keep hearing something that sounds like guns. Whew. Okay. As a matter of fact, that is guns. That's gunfire.
Gunfire?
Yeah. Huh. Oh. We're at a camping site. I guess 0.3 miles, there's water ahead. I actually take them up on that. But we are 1 mile out from Blue Mountain Shelter. So, hooray. We may actually just get water there. I believe there's water there. I'm not sure. If there's water along the trail, I may fill up one of the bottles just in case. I feel like chugging some water. We're now passing Broken Tree Arch. So named by me. I may look sweaty, and it's because I am sweaty. Not exhausted, I'm just sweaty. Yesterday, toward the end of the trip, first day, we were like zombies, just trudging along. Oh, look out, Mr. Millipede. Watch out for the millipede.
Where?
You should see it. You see it? Keep walking along that side, you'll miss it. You should. See LB to your right.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Okay. We're trying to save the millipedes. They were getting crushed left and right by clumsy hikers who don't pay attention. I don't see how you can't. I mean, most of the time I'm looking down. Oh. Ding! But yeah, yesterday was Zombieland. But we're almost to Blue Mountain Shelter, which is 7.8 miles from where we started. Almost 8 miles, so that's actually kick ass. But like Sariah and I were talking about, first 8, it's usually easy. It's that pesky last 4 or 5 that really bog us down. Depending, I mean, once we get to Unicoi Gap, which is shortly after Blue Mountain Shelter, we got a hell of a climb. That's Rocky Mountain, and that's going to be the test for today. But Unicoi Gap, we've got an equally crappy downhill from Blue Mountain Shelter to Unicoi Gap. So hoping that doesn't take it out of us. We're going to stop at Blue Mountain Shelter so Sariah can go to the bathroom, and then we're going to make it down to Unicoi Gap, and then we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to make our way to our designated camping spot. And then that should be it for the day. So we'll see how that turns out, and if we don't end up becoming zombies again today. Water. I guess it's down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, never mind. We did that before. We're not doing that again. Especially when we know we got a huge climb ahead of us. Not this, but after Unicoi Gap. Here we are at Blue Mountain Shelter. We're going to hang here for a second while Sariah goes to the bathroom. And then we're going to make our way down to Unicoi Gap. Boo. So, yep. If you were ever wondering what a shelter looks like, this is a shelter. I didn't get it last trip because the shelter we went to had people in it. And the shelter we were at last night had people in it too. So, didn't want to disturb anyone. This is what people sleep on. If you can believe that. We got a downed tree on our way down to Unicoi Gap. That's kind of awesome. And we're still making our way down. I have no idea what time it is, but I can hear the traffic, so we're getting closer. Definitely getting closer to Unicoi Gap. Then begins the toughest climb of the day and possibly the entire trip. Rocky Mountain. We've only got one more mile to go. If it were yesterday. Unicoi Gap! I'm not gonna lie. We're having second thoughts about Rocky Mountain. It's going to be pretty much exactly like what we just came down, and what we came down was brutal. I'm sweating just from coming downhill. As you can see, this is me after coming down Unicoi to Unicoi. I can't wait to see what I look like after going up Rocky Mountain out of Unicoi. Actually, I can. I could wait the rest of my life. Because we did Wildcat yesterday out of Sariah Gap, and that was a butt kicker. But that was half the length of what we're about to do today.
Plus, we only had walked 5 miles before that. Now we walked 9.6.
True. Yeah, we only walked like 5 miles. Yeah, something like that. We were halfway done with our day. See, as opposed to now, we're not halfway done. We've technically only got maybe 3.7 miles to go. But we're gonna earn it. So we got a mile up and mile down of this. It's probably gonna take 2 hours, possibly even. I mean, it took us an hour to get down this from the shelter, so it's gonna take some time. Especially since the uphill is going to be just as bad as the downhill here, because the gap is like a perfect V. It's going to be nonsense, but we're going to take a little break here at Unicoi, and then we're going to start the ascent. Now exiting Unicoi Gap. Indian Grave Gap is 2.7 miles. Whew. And it's all uphill for the first mile. Yikes. This marks the beginning of hell. This is the straight up climb for us. That way. We're going up there. Not there. The pleasant little blue trail that's just kind of even keel. No, up there. You ready?
No.
Okay. Well, we finally made it. We're at the peak of Rocky Mountain. Nice little overview of the Appalachian Mountains. Pretty wonderful looking. We're pretty beat, but we're going to keep going because we don't have a choice. Here's some more shots of on top of Rocky Mountain. Very, very beautiful. It's nice to just hang out and look, but we're losing sun. So we actually have to keep going. I guess that's one thing. I mean, we're doing section hikes like through hikers. I mean, I'm sure we could schedule like a 6-mile day and then just take in the sights a lot more. We've made it to Indian Grave Gap, finally. Unfortunately, we're not staying here because of dumb part on my part. Me being a dummy. So, we're going to go down here and relax for a second in the parking lot. And then figure out how much more we have to do. And then it's pretty much on to the campsite, which is Cheese Factory. And that should be interesting. Well, on the way down Rocky Mountain, let me back this up. On our way up Rocky Mountain, we were passed by 3 younger hikers, and I don't know why, but I just happened to notice that the guy in the back had a blue Nalgene bottle in his pocket of his pack. So we didn't really think anything of it until we were on our way down Rocky Mountain, and there was a blue Nalgene bottle on the trail. So we decided to pick it up and tote it with us, just in the rare case that we stumbled across them. And sure enough, they were at the bottom at Unicoi Gap. And they're happy to see the bottle, as would we be. Definitely. Water is very important out on the trail. Here is one of the many water sources that you'll find on the AT. Now, you're probably thinking I would never drink out of something like that, but it's clean water. It's just carrying it across the road from the spring. It's clean. It's just, that's the way it is. We usually get it out of that. Here we are at our campsite, cooking, eating a meal, and then getting ready for bed. Should be all right.